since I have everything out for the with the shirring elastic, the elastic thread I should say, and these leftover t-shirt sleeves, I'm going to go ahead and do these to do this video. This is, I meant to do this a long time ago and I never got around to it because I didn't have any more of the elastic thread, but I got some more elastic thread. This is just the sleeve of a t-shirt. That's all this is. I think I mentioned that all you needed was the sleeve. Well, that's not true. You have to have the sleeve of the t-shirt to make this. You have to have more fabric of the t-shirt to make these sleeves. This I made the sleeves underneath the arm here. I made them the cut to go pretty low, and that's what causes the shirt to ride where it does on the top of the doll. In this doll, I made the underarm very narrow, so that when I put this cover up on, when it goes up underneath her arms, it automatically stops before this shirt can ride up to the neckline. So by doing that, you automatically force the shirt into a off-the-shoulder look. So the more off-the-shoulder look you want, the more narrow you're going to make that sleeve in that cut. But you'll see what I mean when we get to cutting this out. So this one I made very narrow, and no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to push this higher up on the doll. It's going to stay like this, so that when she's wearing her bathing suit or her tank tops, you're going to see the sleeves. This one, I didn't do that. I made a very deep cut for the sleeves, and that forces the fabric up higher on the doll's shoulders. So she could wear this as a blouse and not have to wear undergarment. But you can pull this down on one side and it'll stay. But if you try pulling them down on both, it might stay for a while, but it's probably going to end up popping back up. But if this is what you want, and you want to be able to wear this blouse without a leotard or a bathing suit underneath it, then you'd want to make a deep cut for the sleeves. Okay, so first you're going to decide how long you want your sleeves. So what I did is I pulled out the rest of that one t-shirt that I didn't use yet, and I only need a little bit for the sleeves, so I'm going to use the part that it's already sewed on the bottom. I don't have to do that, but you can if you want to not have to put a seam in the bottom. This one I actually seamed, and this one I didn't. I used the bottom of the t-shirt. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to just cut this off for now so I can get this t-shirt out of the way. So I'm going to give myself enough of this t-shirt so that I have enough for 2 sleeves. Okay, so I've got the real sleeve that came off of that t-shirt, which I think this was an extra large. Let me check. It could be any size t-shirt, it doesn't matter. This is a 2XL, so I'm going to have a really wide, the bigger your t-shirt, the wider the sleeve's going to be. So if you don't want a really wide top on here, you can either take this, which we're going to do anyway, and cut it and sew it smaller. So you have a smaller outfit on the doll. You don't have to use this whole sleeve for the outfit. It's up to you how much gather you want in the blouse. Sorry about my throat. I have allergies all the time, and I get that down my throat all the time, so I cough a lot. Sorry about that. I'm on allergy pills, but sometimes they just don't even help. Okay, so now we've got that, so we're going to go ahead and cut some of this paper out, because we're going to decide how big we want our sleeve. So just go ahead and fold it and think about what your sleeve is going to look like. So let's just take this one for an example. Let me take this off. So when you think about a sleeve, you think about it being sewed together underneath and then just go up and around. So this is what we're actually going to be making. We're going to be making the shape of a sleeve. So we want our fold to be on this side. So you fold your fabric, you fold your paper, you get a pencil, and it's at this point where you're going to decide whether you want it to be 3/4, half sleeve, a mini sleeve. It's totally up to you what you want your sleeve to be. But just remember that you're going to have to add some, because we're already using the hemmed bottom. We just have to worry about how much of a underarm we want to give it, whether we want the off the shoulder or up high. That's going to depend on how much space we have down here. And you're going to turn up here a little bit on the top. You're going to turn up maybe 1/4 of an inch and finish that off with a zigzag. And that's going to be your turn under, because you don't want raw edges. You can have raw edges, but I don't know if you want that. I don't think you do. Okay, so now that you've got your sleeve, you're going to line it up flat across the top. I hope you can see this. Okay, so then this is just an attempt to see if this is the kind of sleeve we want. So then you're going to bring this around, just like it's a regular sleeve, and then draw it down. So let's see if that's the kind of sleeve we want to use on the doll. So cut it. Let's just cut this off. So we're going to give ourselves an even edge on the bottom. Across the top, we're going to put in our arms and then our side seams. And let's get a doll out and see how that's going to look. So when you open that up and put it on the doll, you want to make sure this is going to fit. So get your doll out. I'll use Kyla here. So let's just say this is going to be our doll blouse. So let's go ahead and tuck it underneath and see how much space we're going to have left over, whether or not we made it wide enough. So this is how you're going to fit the pattern. So just put it under here, see if it's wide enough. If you decide it's not wide enough, you want a wider t-shirt, wider sleeve, then go ahead and say you want to add some more here. Alright, as far as whether or not you want it to be off the shoulder or not, you're going to decide where do you want that underseam to go underneath here. If you want it to be off the shoulder, you want to take in your 1/4 of an inch here, and you're going to have your seam underneath. So that's about basically where that shirt's going to fall. So that's a good, we want it to be a little off the shoulder. So as far as the height, we're good. We just need to go wider. So let's just take that pattern we just made, and this time we're going to make it wider. So go ahead and go across, add a little bit more, and then I'm going to even go wider. Okay, so this is attempt number 2. Of course I'm neater when I do this, but I'm just going fast because of the being on the video. Okay, so there we go. We've got a wider sleeve now, so let's get Kyla back out. And let's try this one again. So we're going to lose a 1/4 of an inch for the seam. We're going to lose a 1/4 of an inch for the turn down on the top of the sleeve. Now let's see how it fits under her arm. We're going to have a pretty wide arm, and it's going to fall down about right there. We probably do want it to be higher than that, because by the time you put that sleeve under, okay, so to make it higher, instead of cutting out another piece of paper, we're just going to drop the to there, and that'll give you a off the sleeve look, but it'll be a little bit higher. It'll probably fall somewhere around here. Do you see what I'm doing? So I'm putting the sleeve underneath the body, under the arm, where it would normally fall. So once I get that seam in here, it's going to stop right here on her underarm, and that top is going to be turned down 1/4 of an inch, so that it's going to automatically force itself to be an off-the-shoulder look. If I wanted it to be all the way up like the this one, like a regular blouse, I would increase this to make it go higher, so that when I did my 1/4 turn under, when it falls, it'll fall. The sleeve, the elastic will be up here on the top. So we're going to use this. Okay. So now that we've got our sleeve pattern filled out, we're going to cut 2 of these. Okay, so let me get rid of the rest of this. And I'm going to go ahead and get my ironing board heated up, and I'm going to get my cutting tool out, so I'll be right back.